welcome to Chair Yoga with the Prescott Library. Grab a towel or a yoga strap or a belt or tie, something like that. We'll do a little bit of extra arm stretches. So find a good spot in your chair. Nice big breath in. Bring your shoulders back and down. And just gently pull your hands back and relaxing down. And coming back. A little bit of a stretch forward with your chest. And relax. And coming up. And relaxing down. And reach once all the way up. And apple pick, open up your low back. And just gently dropping forward, forward fold. Just letting your neck relax all the way down. And nice big breath coming up. And forward fold again. Big breath coming up. And a gentle twist towards your right. And nice big breath coming up. And gently twist. Nice big breath coming all the way up. And once more, dropping in, forward fold. And gently pulling up. And dropping your right ear to your shoulder. And kind of notice where you're sitting in your body if you're doing a little bit of a side lean like that. But sitting up real straight so that the stretch is more neck and shoulder. Just take those nice big breaths in and yawn as you need to. And coming up. And over towards your left. Looks a little miserable, doesn't he? Nice big breath coming up. And reaching all the way up. And forward fold. And reach your hands all the way up. And just slowly bring your hands into heart center. And a twist towards the right. Let's open up the spine today. I always like to visualize that my spine just kind of slowly stretches up and releases everything tight. Kind of like a telephone cord. I also kind of visualize those DNA strands when they show the spirals up. Just visualize all that tight stuff moving up. Coming back towards center, reaching up, and forward fold all the way down. A nice big breath coming up, and just relaxing down, and dropping your ear towards your shoulder again. you're finding it's not stretching enough, you can deepen the stretch, gazing towards your elbow. And coming up. And over again. I always like it once we get into the second time. I feel like my neck is really opening up. And dropping in. Nice giant breath, letting your body just relax in a little bit more, letting your shoulders drop down, and coming up, reaching up, and hands into heart center, and a gentle twist towards your right. And back towards center, and twist. Back, reaching your hands towards me. I'm going to pretend you got your ball in your hands, and then a slight drop back, really focusing on your tummy and coming up. And dropping back. So if you want to hold on to a towel or anything, you certainly can. My hands are probably just a little, right about shoulder width. And dropping in. Dropping back, and bring your hands into your chest and a gentle twist towards your right and towards your left, and reaching forward and coming back towards your right and left and coming up. A little bit of arm, a little bit of core, getting your back opened up some more. I know a lot of us have a lot of low back stuff I've noticed recently. Maybe it's coincidence, but I know opening up with a gentle twist, opening up your low back. Making sure our core is working. Up. This time reach forward a little bit and back. And as we reach forward, make sure your tummy is engaged and coming back. So when I come back, I'm in my straight seating position and reaching forward and back. And reaching forward and back. And forward and twist. So doing a little bit of a reach, and coming back and twist. Coming up and forward and twist. Elongate your back, adding a little deeper stretch, and coming in. Now your arms are getting probably a little bit warm. Drop your shoulders. And coming up. And just relax. Shake them out. Little shoulder roll. And taking your hands up, dropping your shoulders, taking your right hand, holding onto your left, and a gentle stretch over. So if you notice, I reached up and over, so I'm really opening up right in my rib cage. And switch. Really focus on bringing that middle part of your rib cage pressing over. All the way up and just dropping in, elbows to your knees. Nice long stretch. Nice big breath coming up and dropping your hands in. And press your chest forward just a little bit. So I'm holding on to the back of my chair. So we'll add in some other arm things with our towel or tie or whatever you've grabbed. And really stretching out inside the clavicle, because a lot of people, we do a lot of slouching, especially when it's winter. A lot of computer stuff, opening up the chest, stretch your chin towards the sky. And just gently relax your arms down. Little side to side movements, opening up again, hitting more low back area. And nice big breath, reaching up and twist. And nice big breath, reaching up and twisting. You feel like you've opened up quite a bit more. And nice big breath. And swan dive all the way down, letting your back relax. Letting your neck relax down. Bring your hands to your knees and pressing up. Nice big breath. Bringing your left leg up. Do a gentle press forward. And if you don't, you can always press your knee down a little bit. There's no need to. This leg of, my leg is a pretty flexible on this side, so I tend to press just a little bit to get a deeper stretch. But there's certainly no need to do that if you don't have the extra stretch. And coming up. Take your hands up and stretching forward. Drop your shoulders down. Reach your hands a little bit closer towards me and coming up. And dropping in. And coming up. And rotate legs. Nice big breath and just stretch forward. This is definitely my tighter leg. Stretch your body towards me, drop your shoulders down. And coming up, reaching up and over. Relax your shoulders and coming up. And dropping in. Drop your shoulders, engage your tummy, keeping your back supported. And coming up. And just relax down. Little side to side movement. Take a nice big breath in. Bring your shoulders back and down. And take a hold of your tie or whatever you've got. So even if you have, so I've got a yoga strap. Otherwise, if you even have some of these little exercise bands, these will work perfect too. They're a lot smaller, so I'll kind of show you with that first. So whatever you have, you know, kind of grab your tie. So we're just holding in, kind of give it a nice pull and gently twist. So this is, I'm feeling it right in my shoulders. And I didn't realize I was that tight. But when you start using some muscles, we're not doing a lot of huge movement, but coming up and bring your hands back and dropping them down. And coming up And make this, if you've got some shoulder things going on, go up as high as it's comfortable. So, like if you've got rotator cuff issues, I know this is not going to be your favorite. And honor that in your body. There's no reason we need to press beyond our body's needs. Yoga, ahimsa, Sanskrit for non-violence. And in yoga, we want to be good to ourselves, so overstretching, over towards your right. Overstretching is definitely not good for your own body, so honor that. And over. And just relax your arms down. So that was with the yoga strap. This happens to be the heavy one, so there wasn't a lot of give. I was really using a lot of muscle. So I'm going to open up my yoga strap, which literally looks like a giant belt. So you can kind of play in here with what you need, but doing the same, because it's not going to give you a lot of give. So the ties are always great. I like the, I think a towel is lovely, but they're really bulky for my hands, because you kind of need almost like a cheap hand towel. And coming up, and stretch over, and up, and over, and just resting down. Now, depending on what you're choosing to use, do the same thing behind your back. So find kind of that where you need it to be tighter. So my hands are probably, I'm doing it like thumb width apart behind my back, but really shimmy those straps or whatever you've got, so you have a tight stretch. So I'm pretty flexible here, so my thumbs touching are almost not a deep enough of a stretch. So I'm bringing my hands like touching my low back, and I'm working my hands away from my body, deepening the stretch, opening up our neck, look towards the ceiling, exhaling, and just gently release. Relax your hands a little bit. And nice big breath. Exhaling, pressing to your hands backwards away from you, so mine are touching the back of the chair, keeping your tummy engaged, stretching your neck towards the ceiling. Smile. Take all that stress out of your face, out of your neck, and dropping in, letting your hands just kind of relax a little bit. And again, a nice big breath, and just slowly kind of let your arms come in closer, and dropping your ear towards your right shoulder. And coming up and dropping over. Now you can pull your arms over if you need to. So I'm getting a little bit of a tug on my right hand, opening up my shoulder a little bit more. And switch sides. So I'm not doing a huge pull. I think my hand is probably towards my hip, across my body. And you can twist your neck kind of wherever it's comfortable. Just honor that stretch. And gently coming up, just relax. So this time, taking your strap or towel and dropping it over. So what we'll do, I'm going to kind of tighten it a little bit. So I'll turn around. So my hands are just kind of stretching like this. And I'm pulling down, so my left arm, you can see my elbow really got a little bit straighter up, and then reaching up. So this is going to be pulling into your shoulder. You probably feel the front of your shoulder relaxing. So I'm actually relaxing my right arm a little bit, letting it just be pulled up, and then dropping down, but making sure that your tummy is working. So you don't like stretch your back forward, really keeping it working, and coming up. And once more. And coming up. Sometimes I think it's a little bit hard to keep your head up. It feels easier to drop forward, but I want you to keep your posture and just slowly relax. Let your arm just kind of shake it out a little bit. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So wrap them and right elbow up. So I'm kind of going to stretch in here a little bit. I'm not tight enough. There we go. Don't want to have to work that hard, right? And just gently pulling up, letting your left shoulder just drop down. So remember, if it's tight this first time, get it loosened, right? And dropping down. So with this stretch and your right arm up, you probably feel a stretch in your tricep. And that gets a little bit tough to stretch. And then as you pull up, you're going to feel it in the front of your shoulder. And also into your deltoid and bicep. And pulling down again. And pulling up. Just relax. Now this time I'm just going to pull my hands back and behind me. And once more, pulling your strap a little bit away from your body, stretching your chest forward, chin up. And nice big breath, letting everything just relax down. Nice big breath. Taking your right leg over, hands out to the side, right arm underneath. And just opening up your shoulders, letting your body just relax in. Just relax. Switch sides. Left leg over, left arm under. And just letting your shoulders open up. Relax down. Nice big breath. Letting your toes relax a little bit, just dropping in. Just relax your shoulders, switch sides. Take those nice big breaths in, letting your shoulders just stretch into your eagle pose. slowly unwind. Give yourself a little stop in between, reaching up and just dropping forward. Just bring your hands to your knees and pressing up. And bring your hands together. Nice big breath. Right leg and right arm working together. A nice big breath, just relaxing out. Switching again. And remember, if you can't do the whole eagle pose, tops of your hands together, just hands on shoulders, either way, just making sure that you're rotating, that the legs and arms match. Because even this, I think, is just as amazing. The deeper you practice, or the more often you practice, the deeper those stretches really get to be. And just relaxing down. Opening up your pecs, the upper part of your pec, your clavicle, and your upper back would really help open all this good stuff up. And reaching up, and just some gentle stretches up, stretching your low back. Nice long stretches. And dropping forward. And bring your hands pressing up. Sitting back just a little bit in your chair. And doing some gentle knee lifts. Keeping your body straight. And if you notice, you kind of slink down into it. Keep your body straight. We're actually working our lower core, as well as working our hamstrings and our quads. And if you're getting a little bit warm, it's because hamstrings and quads are pretty big muscles. And if you're engaging your tummy, you might notice that the lower part of your tummy is pretty warm. So we're just doing a few, and then we'll change. So this time, give yourself a little bit of a stretch for your low back, letting your core relax in, and coming up, and back a little bit more. So make sure that your tummy is working, and if you're noticing that your tummy is not engaging, don't go back so far. You can even just lift your leg a little bit higher. So actually for me, this feels a lot better than all the way back, because I know that I don't have that core strength at that depth. So this is working those rectus abdominal muscles, those really low ones underneath your belly button. And as women, that tends to be probably our larger problem area, is that rectus abdominis. And just relax in. Nice big breath, just letting everything relax, coming up and just dropping all the way down. A nice big breath coming up. And hands into heart center. And taking your big breath in. And take a twist and lift your right leg. So it's like we're doing a lot of our boat pose, only making it a little more active. And if we speed it up as we are, this will definitely activate it and make your muscles work. If you don't want to go as quickly, just hold for the count of 3. And hold. If you want to go quicker, you could go a couple quick ones on each side. And then a hold. And hold. And a couple quick. doing 2 quick on each side. And then a hold. Sitting up straight. I just noticed I was slouching in. Nice big breath and a couple quick again. Lift your legs a little bit higher. And then a hold. And a hold. And relax. Nice big breath. And forward fold. Hands to your knees and pressing up. Do a little bit of a stretch. So even if you've got some tighter legs, we're going to help open up our hip flexor, which gets really stuck for a lot of us that sit a lot during the day. You can always use your towel underneath your ankle, just dropping in. I like the chair, letting me get the stretch, keeping my balance. Slowly dropping in. We'll do it a few times to each side, really helping open up. And do your best to keep your body straight. Dropping, if you have it way up, you won't quite get the stretch, just letting your knee drop down. I think if you have that yoga band or that exercise band, it would work. But it's a lot of monkeying around if you're switching sides. So give yourself a little bit of a side-to-side movement. Nice big breath. Switch sides. Sit up a little bit straighter. Down. And if you need to be a little bit closer to the edge of your chair, you can. This for me feels pretty comfortable today. And gently coming up, a little side to side movement. Once more on each side, really deepen that stretch. That third stretch really gets into that muscle belly. And coming up. Actually, I didn't hold that one very long. If you want to keep it a little bit longer, you always can. Gently letting your body relax into this. And slowly coming open. Nice big breath, reaching up. And dropping palms down, gentle circles. Circling. Now, of course, if you've got your hand weights, grab them. Just gently circling. We're making those muscles work hard, letting them work. And if you notice they start burning all of a sudden, now they're getting tired. So we're going to wear those big muscles out so the little muscles underneath stay strong. And that is so important to keep all of those arm muscles working. And yes, mine are getting a little bit tired too. backwards. We'll give them a break here in just a moment. And relax down, shake them out. Not too long of a rest, coming back, backward circles again. And relax, shake them out. Let your arms relax. And coming up, circle forward. Nice circles, and then just dropping in. And coming out. And back in. And backward circles. I know, you're loving every minute of it, right? And drop. And out. And drop. And coming out, and backward circles. And forward circles. And just relax your arms down, shake them out. And right arm over. And switch sides. And just relaxing your arms down. Come into small bicep curls. I like to add a little something super easy that if you're just doing some reading on the computer, you can add this in. And then stretch your neck up. Exhale towards the ceiling. And dropping your head with your hands. And up. And dropping down. And coming up. Dropping down. And coming up. And gently bring your arms up and out. And resting down. And reaching up back together. Bring your hands together and up. Little back bend. We call this volcano. And dropping your hands. So it's just that little small back bend. And bring your hands together and coming up. And dropping in. And once more. And resting down, side to side. A little stretch forward, come into cow. And cat. And forward. And dropping back. And stretching forward, bring your arms up. And gently coming back. Little side to side movements. Widening your knees, coming forward a little bit. And taking your arms up and dropping in. Coming up and switch. And coming up and over. So this is more of a side lean versus a twist. And I also notice I'm leaning forward a little bit. stay as upright as you can. That's where the stretch is really going to come in. And coming up. And as we drop in, we're stretching, and when we come up, we really engage all those ab muscles. Gets more into our obliques, those sides of our tummy. And coming up, and dropping in, and coming up, just relaxing down, rocking your feet in. Nice big breath, and drop your ear towards your shoulder. Just relax your head, drop your arm down, gazing towards your elbow. You can wrap your arm around your back. And coming up. Dropping towards the left, letting your right arm drop down, wrap it around. And just slowly relax. Let's take a few gentle breaths in. Thank your body for all the hard work it's done today. Thank you for joining us today. Namaste.